So this is Queen Elizabeth's hunting lodge, which is just on the outskirts of Epping Forest. So it was built in 1543 for King Henry VIII, and it was later renovated by order of Queen Elizabeth I, hence its current name. Typical of King Henry VIII's personality, he designed this to be grander than anything that had come before it, and at its time it was actually the only three-storey building in England. So this is Queen Elizabeth I's hunting lodge built in around 1543. So they would catch deer out here in the park and then they would come here after for a feast. So here's all the foods typical of the era. I think they eat better than we eat now on the most part. There's no junk food or processed foods. I'm not sure about the pie, and all these herbs and spices like ginger, cloves, nutmeg, cinnamon, licorice, pomegranates. So the Elizabethans did eat quite a few different varieties of fruits and vegetables, but the expensive fruits like peaches, oranges and pomegranates that you see here, they were reserved only for the rich and wealthy. And they were actually treated with some suspicion in Tudor times, and often fruit was more baked and put in pies than it was eaten raw. It's actually quite interesting because back in Tudor times, they did not really understand the nutritional value of fruits and vegetables, and people that had a vast amount of choice in food often didn't eat enough of them, and it is one of history's ironies that the lower classes often ate way more vegetables and fruits than the rich, and most likely had healthier diets. Bread made of wheat makes a man fat. They knew that all the way back then. You'll also notice some fish here, and there was an interesting law about fish brought in by Queen Elizabeth in 1563 that compelled everybody must eat fish on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays, including the poor. And this law was made to support the fishing industry. Disobeying this law could actually even end you with 3 months in jail. So here's some typical recipes from the time that would have been cooked here. It's really interesting that they refer to the mallard in this recipe as him multiple times. So this is an Elizabethan changing room where there's loads of outfits and you get to try them on and have a few photo opportunities, probably more for children, but I had to go myself. Definitely been worn a lot of times though, and some of them are a bit dirty. So this is my Elizabethan outfit that I get to try. Probably got nits from the headpiece from how many people have worn it, but and then I could also have this rug, but I think it's a bit overkill. Off with his head. This room on the top floor was where monarchs would sit and watch a drive past of the forest deer. Back in the day, these windows wouldn't have had glass in them, and they were actually open to allow really good viewing of the deer down below. There's actually a story that was recorded in a magazine from 1833 that Queen Elizabeth I actually rode up the stairs of this hunting lodge on a white charger to celebrate the victory over the Spanish Armada in 1588. Although there is no concrete historical evidence that this is a true story. So the hunting lodge is completely free to visit, and I think that's one of the most fantastic things about London and the surrounding areas, is there's so much to do for free. There's also this very cute little gift shop if you want to get some souvenirs. Do you think this is going to hold my weight?
No, it's bending.